Feel your body. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of core movement. So some of you may use the inflated ball in between the thighs, and some of you may use the chip foam block, hey, or the 4-inch block in between your thighs. You choose. And sometimes you don't even have to have anything if you don't want. It's nice to have a little bit of squeezing, but we're just going to put it in between the thighs. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor, arms are out to the side. Choose, does it feel good to have the palms facing down into the floor? It's a little internal rotation of the shoulders. It's going to help anchor you a little bit. But if that doesn't feel good, have the back of the hands on the floor. Okay, the palms up, a little external rotation. And we're going to exhale. We're going to do a little bit of feet to pelvis and pelvic floor work. So we're going to exhale, press the feet into the floor, squeeze the ball or the block, and then just see if you can feel your pelvic floor gather, the lower belly gather. And then as you inhale, soften the feet, squeezing, soften the squeezing of the block, the ball. Each time you exhale, press the feet into the floor, squeeze the ball or the block. Good. Feel the lower belly draw in and up. And as you inhale, soften the feet, soften the squeeze. Each time you exhale, root feet, squeeze the ball or the block. Good. One more time. Soften, inhale. And as you exhale, rooting down, squeezing. Good. And then lift as you keep squeezing the legs up towards you, keeping the knees bent. Hey, arms can stay on the floor. Okay, now we're going to use the feet that we just warmed up in this one. So we're going to reach through the heels and we're going to exhale. And we're going to go very softly over to one side and a twist. So just bringing the legs over in one direction. I'm going towards camera, so you can always follow me. I'm going to the left. And then as you inhale, I want you to lift up through the lower belly. Okay, point the toes. And as you exhale, squeeze the ball or the block. Reach through the heels and bring your legs over to the other side. Good. Inhale, point the toes, bring the legs to center. Exhale, squeeze the ball or block as you go to the other side. See if your head wants to float. Each time you inhale, toes point into center. Each time you exhale, legs come over to the other side, squeezing the ball or the block. Inhale, center. Legs, toes point. Exhale, coming to the side. Yeah, good. Just do it one or two more times to each side. Hey, just wanting to get a little engagement of the deep front myofascial core line in the body so that we can allow the outer body to release. Good. And then as you come back into center, you're going to release the legs down. You're going to pull the ball out. Hey, we're going to extend legs down. Maybe arms go up overhead. Now, often, sometimes the shoulders feel a little bit tight here. So if the arms don't go all the way to the floor, you can always take your bolster and put it up overhead so that the arms are supported on the bolster. And we're going to go into a side lateral stretch. Okay, so we're going to walk the left leg to the left and then the right leg to follow. Hey, if you want, the upper torso can stay there, or the torso and the arms can walk a little bit to the left as well. So you're creating a C shape on the floor, also half moon. Okay, you can pause here, feel the lower belly release. Some of you like to stay here. Some of you like to go a little bit deeper into that side hip. So you can take the right ankle and cross it on top of the left. And then you can reach a little bit out through your heels. Good. Breathe through the right side. Nice. This is a deep lateral release for side body. And we're just going to hold this a little bit longer, just doing a little compressional awareness. Okay, your right ankle that's crossed over the left, if it's there for you, if you want, you can do a little bit of point and flex with that right foot. The left foot is just the anchor, but the right foot, which is receiving the right side, is receiving the release. You can point the toes, inhale, reach through the heel, exhale. And what you're doing is you're just kind of tugging and releasing on the muscles, myo, and the fascia along that whole lateral side. Um, and just see, do you want to take a few more breaths here? Some of you might feel ready to come out. If you do, you can release. Once you feel ready to come out, you're just going to pause, uncross the right leg, come back to center and just feel center to start. Good. And then we're going to go other side. And so you're going to walk your legs over to the right. So first starting right leg and then left, and then just take a moment. Maybe torso and arms go a little bit to the right, or maybe they just stay where they are. You do a little bit of softening. You breathe. And then see, does my left ankle want to cross over the right? Yeah, good. Take time here. I know for me, this side is a little bit more held in my body. So you might just take some time to breathe through, reach out through the heels. Okay, that will tug on the myofascia link of the muscles in the fascia. And then only if you want, this is an option, to point and flex that left foot only. It's the one on the top. Good. Mhm. Good. Tracy, see if you can get your right hip to the floor. Oh, sorry, left hip. Yeah, so it's just, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Do you feel it more on lateral side? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to check in to see. Good. So just take a few more breaths there. And you'll know, body will give you a little bit of a signal when it's ready to come out. Good. When you're ready, you come out, unwind, come back. Good. Now we're gonna roll onto left side. And you're gonna use something to support your head. So it can be to your arm. I've got my bolster. Hey, and Alexander, you have your foam roller, right? You have a foam roller, right? So you can put it in between your legs on this one. Okay? Yeah, there you go. And hug it. Yeah, exactly. There you go. And then you're gonna roll, right, with the foam roller. So we're gonna take our inflated, everyone has their inflated ball. Here, I'll give you mine. And I'll grab another one for myself. Okay, so you're gonna put it in between your inner thighs. So we're just gonna open up the hips to start. Yeah, so just go a little bit closer to the knees if you can with the ball. And then try to check in with self to see. Sometimes I feel with my feet not having a little bit of support that having a 4 inch block under the feet. So this isn't for everyone, but some people really like. So you might just lift up, grab your 4 inch block, put it on top of your left foot, and then put the right foot on top, and then put the slow-mo ball in between the inner knees, upper thighs, lower thighs. Yeah, there you go. You've got your foam rollers, so it's perfect. Yeah, and it's in between your feet. There you go, Laura. Okay, now exhale, pause. Now you want to check in. Is head, torso, pelvis all in one line? So sometimes we tend to curl up a little bit. So just make sure that you're in a nice extension. Hey, and it is the movement is coming from the top leg. So we're just going to free the pelvis a little bit. And it's not a very big movement. So we're all on right leg. So right leg pelvis is going to roll forward. So you're going to see your right leg and knee is going to go in front of your left knee as you slide on the slow-mo ball. And then you're going to pull the right leg back. Okay, so you're going to go forward and back. There it is. And forward and back. Yes. I know. I was going to say, I was just going to come up and say, you might want to turn because it might be a little bit easier to see. There you go, Jacqueline. Yeah. How did you feel? Did you want to try the block in between the feet too? Because sometimes that is really nice to create. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you're just going to go forward and back. So it's top leg, forward, back, and then back. Yeah, so you don't have to feel the torso move so much. It's just a little movement. Just rotate. There it is. It's actually articulating, right? The ilium and the sacrum. Yeah, there you go. Did you want anything? Okay. Yeah, there's just a little slide and glide. It's so subtle, but we're just freeing the ilium and the sacrum and nourishing the joints in the back of the pelvis. Yeah, and so you don't want to go too far. Yeah, so it's just a little movement. Yeah, and your leg slides towards me, and then it's going back. So it's almost like you're taking your thigh bone and pulling it forward and back. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, got it. And so you can see your knee, right? It goes a little bit forward and then it comes back. Yeah. Yeah, and you can feel it. Exactly. Right. Because sometimes we get a little bit stuck in that area. Good. How's this feeling, Rebecca? Is this okay? Okay, good. Okay, so now we're going to just do one or two more rounds. I'm just going to come back so that I am a visual for you. I like the block in between my feet. Okay, so once you've done that a couple times, we're going to do some hip strengthening. So some of you know this series. So you're going to take the block that is on top of your foot if you're using it, just to let it go. And then we're just going to kick a ball in space. So you've got to come from the sit bone as well. So the top leg, which is our right for all of us, we're going to inhale, exhale. And I want you to start by reaching the sit bone, the pelvis back as you extend the leg forward and just reach out through the heel. Your toes might draw back a little bit. Yeah, so like you're kicking a ball in space. And then you're going to bend the knee, swing it back. And then you're going to exhale. Pull back through the hamstring, sit bone, reach out through the heel. Maybe your toes even wrap around to come back towards the knee. And then come back as you bend the leg. And just do that a couple more times. Feel, when I say kind of pull the sit bone back, does that kind of make sense? Do you feel that? No? Who said no? Okay, yeah. Because I always wonder about that cue, right? Yeah. So it's an adjustment of here. Sit bone needs to go back. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Do you feel the difference of that? Yeah. And I want to clarify that because it is an interesting cue because it's if you're straightening your leg just from the knee, then you're kind of loading just the joint. But if you're actually lengthening the sit bone back, you can feel the whole leg. Yeah, there's something right there, Laura. It's going to kick. It's going to kick this way. Hmm. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Hmm. And so this is drawing back. There it is. Yeah. Does that make sense? Because it's a tricky cue for me sometimes, but exactly. So this is going back as the leg extends forward. And then you can feel that the leg just lengthens and it's not from the knee, right? Yeah. You've got it now, Jacqueline. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. And now we're going to do one last one. And this is going to be to work the glute med. So some of you will not put anything behind the leg, and some of you will just do it without. But some of you I know like to take the slow-mo ball and put it behind the thigh, the calf, a little closer to the knee, and you're going to squeeze it. Okay. And then you can just have it without. I'll demonstrate it with or without. Sometimes it's nice to squeeze something, but you don't have to have it. Okay, then you're going to take the top leg, which is our right. You're going to point the knee up towards the ceiling. Now, our tendency is going to be you to want to roll onto our back, but I want you to try to stay heavy on left side, left leg, left pelvis. So it's just the knee starting to point up. It doesn't matter how far the knee goes up. And then you're going to keep your shin and your foot up, and you're going to try to bring your inner thighs together to touch. Yeah, good. So the knee comes right down to touch. Yeah. So that might be your inhale. And then when you exhale, you're going to point the knee up towards the ceiling, externally rotate. Good. Inhale, inner thigh and knee coming together, shin and foot in the air. Good. Exhale and bringing the knee up, externally rotating, then internally rotating, shin and foot up. So some of you can feel this right away in your hip. There it is, going up. And some of us go, oh, this is a little sticky. I'm not moving as well as I could on this one side. Yeah, so don't do too many because what we're working is internal and external rotation. So you might feel, oh, I've got better internal, got better external. Right? And it's a really nice one. In time, you'll start to feel the smooth out in your hip and really working the rotation of the hip and also really feeling both the front, middle, and back of your glute medius. Good. Now lie back. If you're on, your head is on a bolster, just take it out. Okay, and then I just want you to lie down. Just let your body just fully let go. Just feel floor. Ah, take a few breaths out your mouth. And just feel the difference from right to left. Notice how your left side feels because we haven't done it yet. Okay, so just take note of what the feeling is in the left side. Okay, and then we're going to roll over onto our right. And some of you found the block in between the feet really helpful with the slow-mo ball in between the thighs closer to the knee. Bolster supporting head or arm. Okay, so lying on right side of body. Good. And then check in. Is my head, my torso, my pelvis all in one line? So your gaze should be looking straight ahead. Yep, there you go. Good. So you can have your left hand even resting on your left thigh. Some of you I know like to just touch the floor. I like to put it on the left thigh because it just helps. And you're sliding the whole left hip, left thigh, left knee forward and back along the ball or the foam roller. For those of you using it at home. So just freeing up the whole pelvis, but specifically the communication between the ilium, which is the side of the pelvis, and the sacrum. So don't go too far. Just let the body slowly receive the movement. Yeah, good. So remember the movement's coming from the leg and the hip. There's not a lot. Some of you are rolling back a little bit more in torso. You can just stay heavy on right side. The torso is going to open a tiny bit, but it doesn't open up too much. Good. Just watching over here. Yeah, good. So we're releasing inside of the knees at the same time because we're using the ball. So nourishing inner thighs, adductors. And then when you feel that's enough, you're going to pause and you're going to remove the block. And it's from the sit bone. So you're going to allow the thigh, the sit bone, the pelvis to reach back as your leg extends forward and you reach out through the heel and you reach back through the sit bone. And you're going to feel that lengthening through the whole leg. Maybe even the toes draw back towards the knee. And then you can release, you can bend the leg, the calf and the shin come back, and then you extend. And the extension comes from pulling the thigh and the sit bone back as you release through the heel. Yes, there we are. Good. And then you go bend and back and forth. So I'm just moving around. Hmm. Good. And you can keep the swimmel ball in between the thighs if you want. Good. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And just kind of watching you. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's just a little bit. There we go. Hmm. And so you've got to move. Oh, no, don't roll, don't roll. Okay, bend. Okay, so this pulls back. Yeah, really let go, mom. Just let go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. See how I'm pulling back at the same time you're reaching? So you got to go back. You're just missing the back. Yes, pull. Like you're gonna, there it is, back and front. Yeah. And then when you come back, try that again to initiate the lengthening. So you see the back with the pelvis. Yeah. Now when you straighten the leg, just draw back at the same time. There. Better, right? You just need to feel that at the same time. Yeah, yeah. Good. Laura, how's this feeling on that side? Hidden benefits. Yes, I love that. We're getting hidden benefits. Yeah. And you're feeling, so this is a way of noticing, am I straightening my leg from my knee or am I using my whole leg? So you're actually working a chain of muscles, and some of the muscles get really sleepy and they're not doing their job, right? Yeah, they're waiting, right? Hmm. Okay, so when you're ready, you're going to do the external and internal rotation. It can be with or without the swimmable ball. Okay, so you can feel, if you want, the swimmable ball can be behind the calf and the thigh. Okay, and you can squeeze it, and then you can externally rotate so the knee is pointing up. And then you can internally rotate so the inner thighs and the knees come together, but the shin and the foot stays levitated. So that's internal, external. Maybe the internal is the inhale and the external is the exhale. You decide. Yeah, there's no kind of one way to breathe here. It's more about staying heavy on the side body. You can even find, I'm just layering on a cue here, maybe that bottom foot, bottom leg, which is your right, you can push the pinky, maybe the fourth toe into the floor. Sometimes the third toe can get activated, and find a little bit more awareness of rooting on that one side. Yeah, good. Good, Jacqueline. There you go. You can feel the difference on this side, right? And see how the body wants to roll back quite a bit when you open. So just see, can you just feel it come from the hip? There it is. A little bit different, right? Yeah. And it's like maybe there's not as much rotation, but that's okay. Hmm. So you do as many as you want. You're going to pause and then you're going to lie on your back. So you're going to remove the bolster because you don't need that anymore for the head. And then you're just going to pause there. Take an inventory of, oh, how do I feel now? Because you noticed how that left side felt before we went into it. Maybe the legs want to be straight, maybe they want to be bent. I like the straight leg just because it allows you to get a feeling, but if it doesn't feel good, stay bent. And just take a few breaths there. Ah, I love what Laura was saying, that there's some hidden benefits, right?